going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Beans in a Pod. My name is Jose.
Your boy Jared right here.
With the NFL preseason carrying on, we wanted to do a specific episode targeted towards our favorite team, everyone's favorite team, really, the San Francisco 49ers. We're coming off of a fresh win against the Green Bay Packers, 28-21. Nothing too special. You know, it's preseason. Obviously, you get to see how everyone's progressing, what's the team looking like, and what are things that we can improve on. But nonetheless, it's always a fun time when we can beat the Green Bay Packers.
And not only that, but football alone, I'm just glad football is back, you know?
No, for sure. I mean, anytime we can get football, it's always entertaining. It's always something fun to look forward to. Although these games are really, meaningless in terms of the grand scheme of what the season's going to look like, it's still nice to see, all our favorites coming back and preparing for the regular season. With that in mind, just looking back at the game, obviously it had taken place last Friday. What were your initial takeaways from that game? Keep in mind, you were able to watch the game. I had to catch the highlights.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so I'm just going to go by halves, not the quarters. So pretty much the first half, mainly, everyone was wondering how Trey Lance going to progress, okay? And in my opinion, I think he did pretty well in terms of the scheme because I hear Shanahan's playbook is really hard to, learn, especially for a quarterback, Yeah. So I feel like he picked that up really quick. I know he wasn't really playing that much last year, because Garoppolo was still starting.
Not only that, but he was a rookie, and we wanted him to get, used to the system, used to the culture.
Yeah, but I think he was really explosive. He has a cannon for an arm.
We saw that with the 76-yard pass to Danny Gray, which I got to see at work, which was tremendous. I loved every second of it.
Yeah, I really like that. Danny Gray's also another one that I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's going to be the dark horse. I feel like people are going to underestimate it a little bit because everyone's going to focus more on Debo and Ayuk. And sometimes Kittle every now and then. But I feel like he's going to be I don't want to say that use check role, but it's he could be a secret weapon too,
Definitely under the radar, and I would liken him to a Kendrick Bourne from a couple of years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Bourne wasn't our first option, but on third down and on crucial plays, we could always go to him.
Yeah. And not only that, but I can't forget about Juwan Jennings. Last year he played tremendous too, so...
This is a good pickup from Tennessee. We drafted him in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Another one, the defense. The defensive line especially, they played really good. The secondary as well, they played pretty good as well. We made 3 interceptions?
3 interceptions. We forced Jordan Love to throw 3 picks. 1 by McCrary Ball, and then the other 2 by Samuel Womack, who we drafted in the 5th round.
Yeah. Good
pickup by him. I liked what I saw from him.
No, and the thing is, it's crazy. It's dude, guys, calm down. It's just preseason, it's not the playoffs, and they're already playing as if, they're playing to win it all.
It's that sense of urgency that we need, though. I feel like when you're a franchise like the 49ers, and you have a good, solid run game where you're able to implement any running back into a play, you have a top 3, I think top 2 tight end in the league, you'll have an all-pro wide receiver in Deebo Samuel, a up-and-coming wide receiver in Brandon Ayuk, and on top of that, you have Trent Williams, the best lineman in the game. And then you have Trey Lance, who's developing into his own quarterback. I think, this team can contend. All they got to do is stay healthy, and hopefully Trey Lance continues to progress in the way that he's been going. So I like to see that sense of urgency early, but again, be smart with it. It is only preseason.
My only concern is the offensive line, okay? I feel like last few years we've been struggling on the right side of the O-line. I feel like if we were to stay healthy, okay, just stay healthy and just do your part, I feel like we have a really, really good shot on going far into the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and say that, we're going to win it all. No, I mean, obviously that's not realistic because there are 32 franchises in the NFL. Anything could happen. But I do expect us to at least make the playoffs. I think we will get in the playoffs, and then we'll see from there. I mean, you look at last season, there were some people out there that didn't think we were going to make the playoffs. Then we made the playoffs, and we were able to get to the NFC Championship. We were close to making the Super Bowl. So, I mean, anything can happen. I look forward to it. We have the Minnesota Vikings now coming up. We face them on Saturday night, Minnesota. What are your anticipations about that game? And what are your thoughts on guys like Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook, Kirk Cousins?
Well, I like Justin Jefferson, all right? I think he's a pretty good receiver, okay? I'm really curious to see how our secondary is going to respond in terms of covering him and just the other offensive weapons the Vikings got. Another one I'm also really looking forward to is the receiving core that we have. Yeah, I really want to see more of Danny Gray.
I know, I agree. And to see the developments, and you look at the chemistry that Trey Lance is able to develop. We've already seen what he has with Brandon Ayuk, but you see the highlights in training camp and the practices with the Vikings. He's really able to develop a relationship with Deebo Samuel, which I think is very crucial. Trey Lance develops chemistry with our top three guys: Kittle, Samuel, and Ayuk. I think it's a scary thing for the league. So I'm looking forward to that. You talk about Justin Jefferson and how our secondary, matches up with him. Justin Jefferson is no joke. He's only been in the league for a few years, but since his rookie season, Justin Jefferson has proven to be one of the best wide receivers, one of the best young wide receivers in the league, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of Kirk Cousins, I don't think Kirk Cousins is a bad quarterback by any means, but I do think that he's inconsistent. You look at the games that he plays in prime time, time slots, and he underperforms. Do I like Kirk Cousins? For the most part, you know what I mean? But again, he's not a guy that I would throw the keys to the kingdom to, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's just weird for the game to be on a Saturday. Like, I know it's just preseason, I'm just so used to football being on Sundays, Thursdays, and Mondays,
Yeah.
Not only that, but I was looking through our schedule for the preseason. We have, in the span of 12 days, we have, 3 games.
3 games in the span, yeah, in 12 days, which is it's a daunting task, to play 3 games. And it is just preseason, but still, to prepare for 3 different opponents in 12 games, it's a quick turnaround for each game. Yeah. And on top of that, injuries happen and changes are made, so it's a lot to adapt to as an NFL franchise.
And not only that, but the players too, they're fighting for a roster spot too,
No, that's right. A lot of these guys, I mean, let's be honest, some of them aren't going to ever make it into the NFL. This might be their only shot, so you definitely want to give it your best shot and take advantage of the opportunities that are put in front of you. Obviously, I wish everyone the best of luck, and I want the best athletes to make it onto our roster, because that's just what you want. You want to contend. You want to have the best of the best on your team. You're not going to have no scrubs, running the offense or running the defense. You want to have the best, so you got to weed them out.
Yep, that is true.
An interesting note that I saw, and we talked about this a little bit before recording, Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers, he released a statement or was interviewed and had said that Trey Lance had a couple rough days in camp, which is normal. It's his first year as the starter for the team. It's only his second year in the NFL. But I'm already seeing people introduce the topic or discuss the possibility of, is Trey Lance the right option for the starting job for the 49ers? And I just wanted your quick take on it. For me personally, I think it's ridiculous that we're already asking this after game 1 of the preseason. Not the regular season, but the preseason. We're already discussing, was he the right move? In your opinion, what do you think about this thought process that we should be questioning Trey after one preseason game?
Okay, well, I have 2 takes. First take is dang, already? That quick, you're already turning your back's against him already, Second of all, from what I see, what I'm thinking, reporters are trying to make some bank, dude. All right, they gotta find something to put out for people to read,
Yeah, no, of course, it's very slow. It's a slow time of the year for football news, so they just gotta throw stuff out there. It's remember a couple years ago when Garoppolo had thrown 5 interceptions in a practice, and everyone was
freaking out.
Yeah, they're like, Jimmy's not the guy. He threw 5 interceptions, but it's because our defense was the number 1 defense that year.
Oh yeah, that was back in 2019. I remember that, dude.
No, it was a great year. I mean, it didn't end the way we wanted, but it was a great year.
But that's there's a little bit of a difference though. That right there, at that time of the year for the Garoppolo, it was during training camp against our own team's defense. This one, it's just joint practices, so I can see why if he's ready or not, Trey.
Yeah, but even then, I feel like they try to make a bunch of something out of nothing.
Yeah, but keep in mind, he's also young too. He's still learning the ropes, So yeah,
that's fine. But then, how come when a guy like Joe Burrow came into the league and everyone was already saying, "Oh, he's the best young quarterback that there is," you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So I'm not taking anything away from Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I think he's great.
Oh, he's lit, man.
But it's let's come on. Let's be fair now. Let's be fair. Speaking of being fair, real quick, I wanted to touch on this just because the news had broken. What are your thoughts on the 11-game suspension for Deshaun Watson, the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, amidst all these allegations? 11-game suspension.
Okay, so here's my take. All right, I feel like when he first got the 5-game suspension, I was thinking, I'm that should be a little bit longer though. I mean, because after all, the whole allegations and everything, it's like I think it should be a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a year, but for it to be 11 games, I'm like, oh, I mean, all right, And I was thinking, I'm like, okay, are the Browns gonna go for Jimmy? And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't think the Browns are gonna go for Jimmy Garoppolo because it's like what 2 weeks left until August 31st until Jimmy gets his guaranteed money.
Yeah,
just wait the 2 weeks out.
No team is going to trade away assets when they can just wait it out. But on top of that, the fact that he's only going to be suspended for 11 games, half the year, they can, last without him.
Yeah.
Are they going to go for the playoffs? No. I looked at their schedule. I think they're going to win 2 games without him, to tell you the truth, especially the team that they're facing.
Well, I mean, it's the Browns.
But, regardless, I was going into this, and I was so sure that he was going to get suspended for the full season. I didn't think they were going to allow him to play this year. But you look at the schedule, he's out for 11 games. He's out for 12 weeks because of the bye. And his first game back is against the Houston Texans, his former team.
What a coincidence, all right? See, with me, I have a little bit of like a superstition, right? That the NFL is, I guess, what you would call rigged. I don't want to say it's rigged, okay? Because this is some serious stuff, allegations and everything. But I just find it a coincidence for him to be facing the Texans.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, and I mean, these allegations are very serious. These are women who are trying to live the rest of their lives. And again, we don't know if he was, innocent or guilty or whatever. We don't know. We weren't there. But the fact is the allegations are still there. The fact that his first game back is against the Houston Texans. I know you mentioned that it's rigged. I don't think rigged is the right word.
I think, okay, no.
It's a business.
I think fixed/fixed business, yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was fixed or rigged. It's a business. And I think the NFL knows that people are going to watch that game. I know I'm going to watch that game.
I probably am too.
It's, I don't even know where it's going to be. But let me do a quick check. I want to see, was this game in Houston or is it going to be in Cleveland?
I don't know. Now, if it's going to be in Houston, that's going to be even more like, whoa.
Yeah, to hear that crowd. I mean, for those who know, the Jacksonville crowd didn't really like Deshaun Watson when he showed up for the first game of the preseason.
My thing is, okay, is Deshaun going to play for the second preseason game?
I don't see why not.
Because, okay, the way I look at it, usually, for starters, they don't play the second game. I don't think Trey Lance is going to play.
No, there's reports saying he won't play.
Yeah, I don't think he would play. Because usually the starters, they play in the last game of the preseason.
Yeah.
But I feel like with Watson, for him being out for so long, it's like I feel like he should get the reps already.
He should be playing because it's like first of all, he's missed a full season already with the Texans. Mm-hmm. Now he's about to miss practically half the season with the Cleveland Browns. That's a year and a half of your career gone. And we're in the middle of his, prime. Deshaun Watson was being discussed as one of the best quarterbacks in the league, a couple of years ago. And then he, suffered that loss to the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs. And from there, he's just fallen off the face of the earth. And then again, with these allegations, it seems like everything's coming at a head for Deshaun Watson. It's a terrible situation for everybody involved. And I just looked it up. That game against Houston is in Houston. So they did it for a reason. It's a business.
Now, okay, here's what I think, okay? So the whole Jacksonville crowd, chanting what they said to Watson, do you think it's going to be a trend for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I don't see why not. Maybe wherever he is, I don't know. It's a fair question. We obviously can't repeat what they were chanting. For those who know, they know. If not, look it up. But no, I definitely see a lot of NFL fans showing a great deal of animosity towards Deshaun Watson. Again, with all these allegations. I know the NFL has implemented like a $5 million fine.
Oh, they did?
For him to pay, and every dollar that that he's going to have to pay for that fine is going to charity.
Oh, okay. So
I mean that's a good thing. But again, who am I to be saying who should be suspended for a year? But when you have a guy like Calvin Ridley who gambled and is out for the full year, and then we have another guy who has all these allegations with 30 plus women only missing 11 games. I mean, the optics, the way it looks, it doesn't look right.
No, and every time I think of Calvin Ridley and the whole comparisons, of like how much like they're suspended for whatever, I'll never forget the whole Ben Roethlisberger thing. Okay.
Yeah, Big Ben had his own allegations. What, like 10 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah, and like I don't remember if the NFL did anything about that actually.
No, they suspended him. Honestly, I think it was six games. I don't think it was that much. He wasn't out the year. I know that.
See, the way it's making me think, the NFL, like, what the NFL is doing, it makes me believe that the gambling is worse than assaulting people, dude.
No, exactly, and that's what I mean. Like, the optics just don't look good. You're telling me right now that, like, you can't gamble, but if you were to have these allegations, it's a lot better. It's like, obviously it's not, But that's the optics that they're presenting as a business, as an organization, and it's just not good. Before we get too deep into the whole Deshaun Watson deal, real quick, I just wanted your take on the Hard Knocks. I know you recently watched the first episode of the Detroit Lions Hard Knocks. Going into this season, obviously everyone, they have their own opinions about Detroit. They're a struggling franchise. They're one of the most snake-bitten franchises in the NFL, having terrible luck and haven't had won a championship since 1957, prior to the Super Bowl. What are your thoughts on the Detroit Lions right now, going into the season?
Kudos to the Lions fans, man. You guys are so loyal. Like, I have so much respect for you guys, all right? Honestly, I feel like this team is kind of different in terms of, like, their,
like the culture.
Yeah, the culture. I feel like it changed. It's like they want to win, Because, like, okay, before, like, I don't know too much behind the scenes,
Yeah.
But, like, everyone knows them for being a dumpster fire of an organization, okay? I don't want to bash anyone, but it is what it is. That's what I've heard, the narrative and everything, right? But I feel like this team, they want to win, especially their head coach. Looking through the Hard Knocks, he's more old school type of grit, and he's really passionate about the game. Yeah, and I appreciate coaches like that. Okay, I feel like they're gonna be different. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing, but I think they're gonna go more of a positive direction.
Yeah, right? Coming off the 2021 season, they had won 3 games. I think they're gonna do a lot better. I think they're gonna win 5 games. Well, let's be honest, because this team, I don't think they're ready to contend. I see what you're saying, and I agree with you. I feel like they're heading in the right direction. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see how they're going to implement, these new rookies that they're drafting, as well as returning stars like DeAndre Swift, Amon St. Brown, Jared Goff, of course, is their quarterback. I also want to see Aiden Hutchinson. Really excited to see him, the number 2 draft pick in the NFL draft, coming out of Michigan. He doesn't even have to leave his home state. He gets to play for his home team. So good for him. Really excited for that. I did see a video recently. There was this one guy on YouTube, and he predicted the next 5 Super Bowl champions. And his prediction, he said in Super Bowl 60, Detroit wins the Super Bowl. And I'm like, that's bold.
That's a bit of a hot take for some fans, but it's like,
you never know.
No one thought the Eagles would have won Super Bowl back then.
Yeah, no, and exactly. That's exactly what what we're talking about here. But who knows? I mean, there's a lot that's going to happen in between now and Super Bowl 60.
Okay, now I have a question though.
Yeah.
You saw that video, right?
Yeah.
By any chance, were the Niners on there?
Yeah, he had us going to the Super Bowl 59.
Okay, I gotta wait more years then.
But we don't win, in his opinion.
Oh, come on.
He says the Bengals beat us.
What?
Yeah. I don't know. Again, I really don't care. That's we can't obviously tell the future.
Yeah.
I do think
it's just his takes.
Yeah, that's his take, and it's no problem. Everyone's entitled to their opinions. It's like noses everybody has one.
Yeah, it's like everyone's saying. It's like Cardinal fans saying every year they're gonna win it all.
Yeah, no, and you and I both know that for a fact. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Especially this year. Sorry to all the Cardinal fans out there, but they are not winning the Super Bowl this year. But there's one thing to look forward to for Cardinal fans, and that's the in-season Hard Knocks series that's going to take place in November. I definitely will be watching. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with DeAndre Hopkins. I know he's missing the first 6 games due to his performance-enhancing habits. But regardless, I do think they're going to be 3rd place in the division.
Yeah. Honestly, I see Seattle last.
Yeah, no,
I have no idea where they're going with this. I have no clue at all. It's like that one. It's like the last episode in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will was like in the living room alone.
Yeah.
That's Pete Carroll.
No, basically, because who else is left on that team? The one team that the San Francisco 49ers had struggled with in the division was Seattle, if you remember. Yeah. We got to face either Drew Lock or Geno Smith. I don't know about you, but I like our odds.
Like, who else do they have? Tyler Lockett, is he still with them? And DK?
Yeah. But who's throwing the ball to them? They have to get... They don't... You know what I mean? Like, someone's going to throw the ball to them.
No, but we got Charvarius Ward, and I feel like that's we did pretty good on that.
Yeah. No, but not only that, but the defensive line. As long as they maintain control over the offensive line and prevent the ball being thrown.
No, and see, that's why Russell Wilson left, was the O-line. His offensive line, they were struggling, and he wants to go somewhere else. And in my opinion, I think he made the best move of going to Denver.
Okay, but let's talk about Denver real quick, because they've lost 2 of their wide receivers now. And I personally think Denver's going to be last in their division, because they got to face guys like the Raiders, who I think got better.
Yeah, they got better on paper.
Definitely. The Chargers,
Same thing.
don't even need to talk about that. Those guys are loaded. And then the Chiefs are the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So,
honestly, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be first in the division.
you think the Chargers?
Either the Chargers or the Raiders, in my opinion.
I could see the Chiefs still being first, but if you asked me right now to put like my bet, I'd probably go with the Chargers. I feel like the Chargers are going to really step it up this year. I feel like they're going to win the division and maybe even win a playoff game. But it is Patrick Mahomes, and I will not count him out, just like I don't count LeBron out, because those two guys, let's be honest, they're like, come on.
How dare you compare him
You're
to
going to tell me right now.
How dare you compare Mahomes to LeBron?
You're going to tell me right now Mahomes isn't one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Dude, he's not.
I'm not saying he's the best. I'm saying he's one of the best. You're going to tell me he's not.
I guess you could say he's like one of the faces of the NFL right now.
And that's not what I'm saying. Is he on paper and in the game? You're saying he's not one of the best quarterbacks.
Dude, I don't see it with him. I really don't.
That's fine. You don't have to see it.
I don't
but
think
it's
he
there.
is though. Like, I don't.
It's like air. It's like oxygen. You don't have to see it.
Dude,
but it's there.
In my opinion, I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback than him. I really think he is.
You know what? But I would take Josh Allen.
Oh, I would too,
I would take Josh Allen over him.
He has that mentality though. Like, he wants it, dude.
He's just like Jesus, what's the Jets? Zach Wilson, he got that dog in him.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He got that dog in him.
Oh yeah, speaking about Zach Wilson, like what? His first preseason game, there's like a scarce going on that he might have tore his ACL, but in reality he didn't. It was like what? Like
he tore his meniscus.
Yeah.
Which is still a serious injury.
Yeah, it's still serious. But legit, the moment like he came off limping, everyone like legit, almost everyone on Twitter thought Garoppolo to the Jets confirmed.
And the problem is their head coach is Robert Saleh, who was our defensive coordinator and already has a connection to Jimmy.
With me, I'm like, oh damn it, is he alright? Part of me was like, nah, he's just on purpose so it can take some time. But he still got that dog in him.
But because he got that dog in him. But I mean, and you talk about Jimmy, that injury was very reminiscent of the Jimmy Garoppolo injury back in 2018 where he ran off to the sideline. No contact injury, and he messes up his knee.
Yeah, I saw. No, the thing is, I saw that play live because it was on NFL Network.
Wait, which one? The
Zach Wilson one.
The Zach Wilson one.
Yeah, because you were at work, and I was watching it with Dad, and I'm like, "Yo, did he?" Yeah. And Dad's already saying he tore his ACL, but then like our sister was like, "Nah, it's like his meniscus or something. That's not his ACL."
Yeah,
and she called it.
Yeah, no, and they bet food, and she won the bet. Good for her. But yeah, no. Regardless, the injuries. That's the problem with the preseason. Obviously, we want to see our favorite players and favorite teams play, but the injuries that come up, some guys miss the whole season as a result of them. Zach Wilson, I believe, is missing out 1 to 4 weeks, so Joe Flacco is going to be, the starting quarterback. It looks like.
Honestly, I thought he retired.
Yeah, everyone did.
I thought he did. Man.
I see on my Twitter every now and then people tweet, Joe Flacco really beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, and I'm like, yeah, unfortunately, they won the Super Bowl.
Don't remind me.
Well, it's what happened. So Joe Flacco starts for those first 4 games. Do you know who the Jets face? Like legit in a row?
No.
I don't know the actual order, but they face like the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, the Steelers. So they could quite frankly go 0-4. I think they're going to win one game.
The easy one I feel like they can is probably the Steelers. But even it's like...
Really?
No, here's the thing though. That's probably the best shot they got winning. But I still don't have the winning it.
I think they beat the Browns more than they can beat the Steelers.
Actually, no, yeah. I forgot about the Browns already. I don't know, man. The Browns are the Browns, but anything could happen. It's the NFL. Any
Given Sunday.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie?
I don't remember, honestly.
It's a good movie. Jamie Foxx.
I don't remember, honestly.
And Al Pacino.
I haven't seen it.
I highly recommend. I have it. I highly recommend it to any football fan or any fan of movies. Any Given Sunday. Good movie. The Jets, they face Baltimore, Cleveland, Bengals, then Steelers in that order.
Okay. Well, which are the home and away games?
So they're going to be home for Baltimore.
They're going to lose that game.
They travel to Cleveland.
They might win that game.
They're home for Cincinnati.
They're going to lose.
And they're going to Pittsburgh.
Wait, hold on. Well, what week is the Bengals?
Week 3.
Okay, so Joe Burrow would be ready then, huh? Because he had like an appendix surgery or something?
Yeah, he should be ready. He should be fine. But even then, I mean, MetLife Stadium has its conditioning in terms of its field and its turf.
I don't like the turf.
It's bad. I mean, look at Zach Wilson just got hurt.
I'll never forget the 2020 season. It was like week 3 for us. everyone got hurt. No,
Literally.
on top of that, we had to face the Giants the week after or something like that. And we got hurt more. And I don't like that turf.
And a lot of players have tried to create petitions or create some kind of awareness in the league that, like, dude, you got to change the turf.
Even the Jets and the Giants players were complaining about that. It's like...
Don't even get me started, because first of all, the Jets and the Giants play in this stadium, but it's in Jersey. But they're called the New York, Giants and Jets.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. The little things like that do bother me, but if we're going to be like that, technically the Niners play in Santa Clara. If we're going to be, nitpicky.
And with the Cowboys, they play in Arlington, Texas?
They play in Arlington. Yeah, no, exactly. I don't know. Little things like that. Just semantics. Regardless, it's great to have football back.
Oh, yeah.
We're gearing up for week 2 of the preseason. And before you know it, NFL season's going to be back with regular season 1.
Yes, sir.
College football's coming up. And I know every year I try to watch a little bit more of it. But obviously with my work schedule, it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, I don't have the time either because I'm streaming at twitch.tv/SanFran5.
Say it one more time for the people in the back.
Twitch.tv/SanFran5. Yes.
Yes. Real quick episode. We just wanted to recap what was going on in the NFL for the first week of the preseason. You can expect next week another recap of what's going on in the NFL. Heck, maybe even the NBA. I mean, recently they released their schedule.
Oh, yeah.
The Warriors are now going to have 42 televised games, nationally televised games across the country, so we have that to look forward to. As the reigning and defending champions of the world, looking forward to seeing the Warriors again in the in the NBA season.
I was about to say, man.
I'm too hyped over football. You already know me.
Yeah, man.
Looking forward to that, obviously. But again, I guess we're going to start plugging everything.
All right, I'll let you go first, man, 'cause I might take a while.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's, they say age before beauty, right? You can always find me on all social media platforms at JustJose_3. Find me on my YouTube channel, Jose Talk Sports, where we're going to upload these podcast episodes, as well as my Just Jose Talk Sports on topics such as the NFL, NBA. Definitely looking forward to producing more content like that. Again, thank you guys for following the channel. Thank you guys for following the podcast and showing your support. As always, very much appreciative. And you take it away.
Right. All right. Well, you can follow me on actually no, subscribe to my YouTube channel, SanFran5. I'm in the process of editing my video of the speedrun I did last Sunday of Halo Combat Evolved. Crazy, I'll tell you that. It was crazy. You can also follow me on TikTok, SanFran5_, and of course, Twitch.tv/SanFran5. I stream on there. I'm probably gonna stream today. Well, when this podcast drops, because Madden would come out, so I'm probably gonna play like a game or two. And maybe I might stream or speedrun Halo 2. I might. Oh, and of course, follow me on Snapchat at broke_beaner445. Yes, you heard that right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. That's broke_beaner445. I haven't really posted anything up there lately, but once football season comes back, you'll know the vibes.
Yeah, no, we're literally looking forward to a lot of content being produced now that the NFL's coming back. And I feel like we're really going to be in the thick of things, having the NFL and the NBA coming back. Definitely more stuff to talk about, definitely more stuff to discuss. As always, looking forward to the next set of games, next set of news. And, of course, as always, my name is Jose, this is Jared, and we are 2 beans in a pod.
I don't get why Joe Flacco beat us.
Because they cheated.
Probably.